Welcome back to Daniela's Den. Again, it is just me here. There's no Michael Sandwich this time. He will be back in the next few weeks, but until then, he's stuck with me. Is what it is, isn't it? Unfortunately, I don't like it any more than you do. I love it rarely. Yeah! This week, I didn't have anything planned, I'm going to be honest, and we're on a schedule, so I think, what makes more sense than just talking about an album that I love, which is what we're here to do today, which is why I have this handy. It's Electro-shock Blues by Eels. I've got it upside down. It's Electro-shock Blues by Eels. Probably one of my favourite bands. I've got maybe like 6 or 7 records or something by them. My lovely sister got me this one on vinyl with the lovely gatefold pictures and stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit about this today, and hopefully I'll make you want to give this album a listen as well, because genuinely it's pretty fantastic. Let me start off by asking you a question. Is there any band within the past 5+ years where you can pinpoint the first time where you heard a song by them? I think that's probably a good indicator of hearing something quite amazing. If it's something like, I like Bowling for Soup, could I tell you the first time I ever heard a Bowling for Soup song? Probably not. I could tell you roughly how old I was, but I couldn't tell you exactly what I was doing. With Eels, they have a song on this album called Last Stop This Town. I could tell you exactly where I was. I was working a night shift in a mental health hospital with the random music channel playlist thingy on TV. And that song came on, and I remember sitting there and thinking, wow, what is this? I need to know more. 9 years down the line, I now have a bunch of the discography on record, throwing my money at them as much as I can. And I went to go and see them a couple of months ago as well, which any hardcore fans around here will remember me saying. I digress. Let me tell you about this album. Eels are a band where it's hard to kind of get people to listen to them because they are a very miserable band a lot of the time. With good reason, especially with this album. And when they have tried going a bit happier, as I've said before, I still like it, but I'm less drawn to it. I'm drawn by the misery. Take from that what you will. This album was written after the singer E, Mark Oliver Everett, I think. But yeah, stage name E. When he walked in and found his sister on the floor after she took her own life. And this album is he kind of feels like a diary of his, going through the emotions he was feeling, dealing with that. Like the first 4 tracks on this album, take the track names by themselves. Elizabeth on the Bathroom Floor, Going to Your Funeral Part 1, Cancer for the Cure, and My Descent into Madness. It really does kind of sets the tone in terms of lyrics, but the music isn't necessarily all doom and gloom. It's still catchy, it's got its hooks, it's got its little riffs that stick in your head, especially that intro riff to Last Stop This Town is one that stuck in my head for a long, long time after that first time that I listened to it. That dum 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 dum. If I was to try and tell you preconceptions of Eels prior to today, I think we've pretty much covered that, haven't we? I'm a big fan of them. I've been to see them live. I collect the music. Obviously, I'm speaking from a big bias here, but I'm speaking from the point of view of wanting to get you to give them a go. Give Last Stop This Town a shot from this album. If you like it, listen to the whole album. If you like the album, listen to Beautiful Freak. That's another one of my favourites. But then listen to them all because they are pretty much fantastic. Top tracks from this album, if I was to put it down to 3, I'd say Last Stop This Town is my favourite, definitely. 3 Speed is another just very good, soft, slow, emotional song. And I guess throw a little bit of jive in there. We'll put in Hospital Food. It's a different kind of feeling of a song, but it's still... It just... What am I supposed to say? I really like this music. It's different, it's catchy, it's nice, and yeah, there's not a bad song on this album, so it's hard to put it down to just 3 of them. Okay. Putting a number on this album, this is silly me even saying this. I've already preambled enough about how much I really like this album, but if I had to put a number on this one, I feel like I've missed so many sections here. This is chaotic this week. We need Michael Sandwich back. Leave in the comments, bring back the sandwich. putting a number on this album is an obvious 10 out of 10 for me, because it's an album that's stuck with me for so long, and yeah, there's just not a bad one on it. It's like 5 minutes of recording and I feel like I've gotten to the end. There must be things that I've missed here. Preamble, I'll tell you what. Wait. So Michael Sandwich, what have you been up to this week?
I'm in Whitby. And it's not even the Goth Festival. I'm just there, having a whale of a time. That's what I'm doing, isn't it? Yeah.
And why weren't you here last week as well, Michael Sandwich?
I was at Stonehenge, wasn't I? And I was in Salisbury, copying things that you do, 'cause you're my hero.
I know, we all know that. And are you here next week?
No, I'm camping, aren't I? I'm going camping and having a nice time.
And why are you doing that?
I can't remember.
I think we've exhausted this, so join in next week, where it's probably going to be me again. Oh, I can't deal with the pressure. And I'm gonna talk about something. Actually, I might talk about the new Skin Dread album, because that's good, and I like Skin Dread, and they're just gone straight into number 2. Good for them. Newport Helicopter. This has been chaos. Thank you for staying with me. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, leave a comment saying Michael Sandwich stinks like beans. And in the meantime, I'll see you on the flip side.